guys, Jeff with the Bennington-Elkhorn Valley Railroad here. It's been a while since I've done an update, mostly doing those live streams. Actually spent a little bit of time, kind of going into the winter season, so things will pick up a little bit here. But just did an upgrade here. I've been running the NCE Powercab starter kit for some time. Kind of outgrown it. The thing provides 2 amps of power. Sometimes I'm running as many as 10, 12 locomotives on the layout. In the yard and on the main lines. So I ended up getting one of these SB5 smart boosters here, which, as the number implies, gives 5 amps of power. It also actually replaces the Powercab itself. So instead of all the smarts being in the cab controller, it's actually inside of the smart booster itself. So the cool thing with this then is I can actually unplug the cab controllers from different panels on the layout and move them around while the trains are moving without any interruption. So kind of excited about that. Yeah, I'll show you where I ended up putting this stuff. So here's the new Smart Booster SB5, or the 5 amp Smart Booster, that I've now got under the layout. It replaces the original Powercab starter kit, which provided 2 amps. I'm beginning to see some indication I need a little more power. I'm running quite a few consists locomotives concurrently, and so the 5 amps give me more than enough for my layout at this stage. So I replaced behind here, had the original PCP, the powered panel that came with the Powercab starter kit. So here's the long story short. You'll see this is a Procab, not my Powercab I originally had. For whatever reason, the Powercab I had, when I plugged it in with the short cable into the SB5 power booster, it didn't recognize the Powercab as a Procab. It's supposed to, so that when you use the smart booster, it becomes the power, and then the Powercab becomes just a kind of a dumb Procab controller. It wouldn't recognize the Powercab. I actually sent the smart booster back and had NCE look at it, said there was no problems. Rather than send the Powercab back to let them look at it, I just went ahead and ordered a Procab, and in fact it worked fine with the smart booster. I ended up then turning around and selling my my starter kit on eBay, and I got a pretty good chunk of what I originally paid for it. So in the end, it more than paid for the Procab. I didn't really need the Powercab at that point then, since the smart booster takes on that role. So somebody's enjoying my Powercab starter kit now. So that included the PCP, the powered panel that came with the Powercab starter kit. Behind here is just a UTP panel, the non-powered one, which gets its power from the smart booster. So I've got that UTP there. Then over here, I added another UTP here, which has the smaller, kind of dumb Powercab attached to it. And then the third one I've got, so that gets me access to the far end of the layout. The other one I've got here, which looks a little different, and so you might be asking, well, what is going on here with the light on here? That's not a powered PCP panel. This is actually a Wi-Fi Trax Wi-Fi panel that acts as a PCP, but in fact it has Wi-Fi capabilities on too. I got from Wi-Fi Trax. So that's plugged into the bus as well. So I can now plug in the Procabs to any of these three panels here, so I have complete access to the layout. So that's my big. So now I've got the Procab here, which obviously is the fully functional controller, and then, like I said, really show a good look at it here. But this is kind of the old technology. I guess it's actually called the Power Pro, which works, good for, basic control of the locomotives. And then, yeah, obviously, nice thing now is since the SB5 is powering it, don't have to worry about, back with the starter kit, with the Powercab controller, you lose all your control when you unplugged. So now, since I've got SB5 driving everything, I can actually plug in anywhere in the layout to one of these panels and have full control. So that's the big improvement to the Bennington Elkhorn Valley Railroad. So works a lot better too for the grandkids coming over. They'll actually be able to use one of these nice controllers instead of using a cell phone, like going through the Wi-Fi tracks here. That was neat, but it's always kind of cool to have an actual cab controller in your hand. The little thing I'll show here is so this is the back of the UTP panel. This little 4-wire connector goes into the power booster itself. So you see the back of the power booster there. So here is just another connector that I made, which acts as the bus that goes to the other Wi-Fi tracks and UTP controllers. And those just plug in the back here. If I can find where my plugs right back here. And I actually just made these out of cable that I got at Home Depot or Lowe's or someplace. So that just runs along here, runs all the way down, eventually plugs into the back of that controller there, and then another one comes out. So one goes in from where it came from, and another one comes out and goes to my other UTP. So here's a better look at the back of the Wi-Fi tracks controller panel. You can see the incoming cable and the outgoing cable. And that actually runs kind of sloppily at the moment, but it runs over to the back of the UTP panel over there. So originally I did actually have 4-wire cable, phone cable that I was using. I don't know where that ended up, but all you really need for the bus connectors between the panels is 4 wires. It's actually the smart cable that from the Powercab that goes into the PCP panel. It uses 6 wires. But in fact you only need 4 going between the UTP panels. So I had the 6-wire cable here, and then I got these little RJ11 4-pin connectors. What did I end up doing is I just ended up cutting off the ends of these guys before I crimped them. But really no need to buy the cables from NCE. Just can use your standard, basic phone cable and RJ11 connectors, and those work fine for going between the UTP panels. So then the beauty with the Smart Booster now is I've got these dumb controllers, the Powercab, the Power Pro here, that I can be controlling locomotives with. So I can actually get this guy underway, and he's on his way. And then I see he's going on the other side of the layout, so I can literally just unplug this guy, walk on over here, and try to do this with one hand. Plug in. You see, picks up where he left off at, so literally then I'm in control from this side of the layout. So yeah, with my Powercab starter kit, obviously I just had the one controller. Obviously, I certainly could add other controllers to that as well, but now everything's completely powered by the Smart Booster under the layout, and all the cabs are such that I can unplug them, take them anywhere else on the layout where I've got a panel, plug them in, and pick up where we left off. Thanks for watching.